All right, we gotta boot up. We gotta boot up iTunes. We gotta throw our favorite songs into a playlist that fits. That's enough time that I won't go over the allotted time that we have for this compact disc.
Uh-huh.
And then we're gonna burn it, and we're gonna play it in the car stereo for like a summer. And that's gonna be the mixtape of the summer.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
Mixtapes.
Yeah,
They're a thing.
they're a thing. They exist.
They exist. Do they? I mean, I guess I don't know if they really exist nowadays, but
Yeah, no, I guess like nowadays
nowadays
equivalent
it's
would be like a Spotify playlist or
yeah.
something.
Essentially, that's kind of just it. There's
Ugh.
no real physical mixtapes anymore, unless you like have to use one. Like your car doesn't let you pair your phone or anything like that,
Right.
or you're just like I wanna be all physical media type person.
Yeah. I mean, I like physical media, but
True.
you do lose a little bit of the like mystery of like what's on this CD.
Yeah.
Whoa, that when somebody gives you a mix CD.
Or you find one on the ground.
Yeah, and you're like, I wonder what this person was into.
Yeah. But that's what we're gonna be discussing mixtapes here this week
Mm-hmm.
because they made a game called Mixtape, and we're gonna talk about that
Yep.
here on this week's episode of the seasonal anime Checkup OVA. It's a podcast where we have conversations about video games, anime, and manga. Hello, I'm Jared, joined as always by Doc, Allen, Lady
Hello.
This is episode number 489, and yeah, we're gonna talk about Mixtape,
Mixtape.
a game about making a soundtrack for an event that's like 20 plus songs long, which would not fit onto a compact disc
No.
or a tape
No.
at
It's
all.
it's a coming of age story with a soundtrack set to it, and you got to live out the last night with you and your friends.
Yep.
Yep.
One of them's kinds of games.
One of them's kinds of games.
So yeah, this is we had seen this show up on various game events and stuff, and like, oh, that looks interesting.
Mm-hmm.
They're very much leaning into like the music and everything, so that's an interesting choice and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
It finally came out on the 7th of May of this year for the Switch 2, PS5, Xbox, and PC. I think a lot of people were taken by surprise when it got a lot of really positive reviews. Like, I think even like for us, we were just like, oh, this will be probably something fun to do. Like, I don't think either of us were expecting like, oh, this is going to be one of the highest rated games of the year type good, which it is. It has dropped down a little bit now.
Oh, has it?
Since then, like, you know, when we were playing it on OpenCritic, I think it was at a 93, and now it's down to an 87
Oh,
because it
okay.
has gotten a few more less than stellar reviews, which again is just a byproduct of the problem of using aggregate reviews scores
Mm-hmm.
and making that the be all end all for a lot of things.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, a lot of people, there was some reviewers out there who really dug it and everything, and you know, that is their prerogative because reviews are subjective, and
Mm-hmm.
there's no use getting all up in arms about review scores and everything because that's just very stupid and a waste of your time.
True.
But we were both interested in this game, and you bit the bullet and decided to get it, and we both played through it, or I watched you play through it, I should say,
Mm-hmm.
over the weekend, and decided to dive in to see what is up. What's up with this here mixtape? And I feel like at the end of it, we were kind of on the same page of like, yeah, this is fine.
Yeah.
There's parts of this game that I enjoyed, of course. You know, there's parts of this game that I felt kind of questionable. I think especially considering they're like trying to hype this up as like a 90s period piece, but they don't really have a set idea of what part of the 90s they want this to be from.
Yeah, that was
It's
annoying.
very all over the place.
It was I wanted it to be a period piece that made sense, and it was not a period piece that made sense.
Yeah.
It was just a I was gonna say conglomerate. That's not the
An
word I'm looking for
amalgamation
though.
of the 90s.
That, yes.
It certainly feels like they are. It's weird because, like, a lot of these teen drama type games, like, that have been around the block for well over like a decade now and all that sort of stuff, um, feel like, especially these coming of age teen dramas, feel like they are trying to, get at the heart of the youths and everything. But this
The
obviously is going
youths.
way more onto nostalgia and everything, and like trying to get at people who are like probably like a little bit older than we are,
Mm.
essentially.
Probably
Um,
like my brother's age.
yeah, exactly. Um, and that's shown a lot through like the soundtrack and everything. Where like, I think, at least for me going into this, I was like, oh well, '90s period piece. They'll probably do a lot of '90s soundtrack stuff, but that's not really the case here. It's
Mm-mm.
very all over the place again as well. Um, like there's a few things in here from like the '90s, but a lot of it is like pre-'90s stuff.
Yeah, and even then, like you have like Silverchair, Freak was in it, which is like what, 97?
Hmm.
I'm
Let me see
pretty
if I can
sure.
find like a full mixtape or a full soundtrack listing of this.
Yeah, like I'm 100% certain it's late 90s or later 90s. It's not early 90s. But then like you also have Stan Bush, which was solidly 80s. You have Devo, which was solidly 80s. You have The Cure, which when was The Cure around? I mean they were also 80s, but like that particular album I don't remember when.
Freak was '97. You were right.
Oh hell yeah, look at me, Noah, in my silver chair. I do actually like Silverchair.
Which again puts this in a weird position because I would not think this is like the late '90s.
Yeah. Okay, the song that they used by The Cure is from 89.
The late '80s.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's like it's all over the place in terms of like what you would expect. I guess. I mean, maybe it's just that was just a me thing of thinking like, oh, this
No,
this
no,
is
I'm
what this is
I'm
going
right
to
there with
be.
you.
Um,
The
you have
Devo songs from 82.
yeah, you got Rainbow in here. Get you some Ronnie James Dio up in here because of course
Of
that's what the
course.
youth are listening to.
Yep.
Like you said, Stan Bush. We had to listen to the Smashing Pumpkins. And I was like,
Ugh.
ugh,
What year
ugh.
was that song from?
That's like early '90s, right?
I think so. I don't know them as much as I know Silverchair.
Iggy Pop's here. Sushi and the Banshees. Joy Division.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's quite a few things also that like I wasn't all that familiar with, so like that like some of that stuff just like didn't fall or like hit as well for me as it would have probably if I had known it.
Yeah.
Which I think
I
is
mean,
like
I had
another
some of that too.
yeah, which is another thing that I'm just like about it. But that's
Hmm.
also a thing where like when you're basing a game this heavily on music and musical choices with their soundtrack and everything, like that's all going to be subjective and everything, and it's going to hit for others more than it might hit for other people and all that sort of stuff. So
Right.
there is that.
Okay. So Melancholy and Infinite Sadness was 95.
Yeah, so again, I don't know when they're supposed to be thinking this game takes place, but it does not feel like it is where some of these song choices are from for
No,
sure.
no, absolutely not. It's a weird combination. And again, it also is kind of strange to think of like, I mean, I was a kid who listened to a lot of music that was older than me.
Sure. That's not
Um,
that is not like
Completely uncommon.
yeah, exactly. Like you were going to especially like, with how I mean, at least for how we as kids would have done it, like you
Physical
would
media.
you would learn it. You would learn music from watching it on TV, and also from what your parents would listen to, or like your
Yeah.
siblings would listen to.
And the radio.
Yeah, so like there had all these different facets of like where you would get all like the music you would listen to from, and that's going to span from like what's the current hits and everything, and then obviously stuff from the past.
Hmm. Like my intense love of RDO Speedwagon in Boston
Uh-huh.
and things like that.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Um, but I also wasn't putting REO Speedwagon in Boston on mixtapes for people when I
Sure.
was making them in the 2000s, which again, obviously it is a little bit different because I was doing it later and all that jazz, but like I was putting more like recent stuff that I wanted people to listen to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what year this is supposed to take place in. It confuses me. Um, I guess we would have to assume it has to be after 97 then, or at least 97.
And it does not feel like it's 97.
It does not. I If I were to put a year onto this, I would say like 93, 94.
That's kind of what I was thinking as well.
Yeah. That's the overall vibe I get from it.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then you even mentioned something how they talked about like longboarding and all, and like
Especially
yeah,
like
I think that came later.
if it's 97, like you are not you I mean you could still be riding skateboards like that,
Hmm.
but like we are just about to hit the like apex of like the X Games becoming huge and everything, like,
Right.
and like those are just traditional skateboards at this point.
Hmm.
Like people would be riding traditional skateboards and all the stuff. So like that was a very weird comment to have in there as well. If it's just supposed to be later in the 90s than what you would think.
Right.
Um I do like how the Wikipedia page's like second sentence is how this is supposed to be inspired by the works of John Hughes, which is immediately the thing I said like
That
after
was
we
what you
finished
said,
the
yeah.
games. Like
That's exactly what you said.
like yeah, if you're a big fan of like that dude's films, like this is the game for you.
But also like I think you have to be like a super fan because I'm a fan of John Hughes films, but
Mhm.
like there's still some that I'm like, I will not watch that one again, or whatever. Um, and this game definitely wasn't like it didn't hit the same way that one of those movies would have for me.
Mhm.
Um, I can definitely see the inspiration though.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it helps either that like the main character Stacy is kind of unlikable for like 3/4 of this game.
Yeah, I'd probably say even more than that.
Yeah,
She kind of sucks.
where she's just like it definitely feels like they're trying to make her like this weird hipster music person,
Right.
where she just like she knows like all about music and everything and can pull out facts about this random album from 1983 and all this sort of stuff, and like that's why
Hmm.
a lot of the soundtrack is very diverse and everything, but also she's kind of obnoxious about it. And then there's the whole story bit about how she's just leaving to go to New York to try and chase this dream of being a music supervisor, and just leaving her friends in the dust and constantly bragging about it to the fact that her friends are like, you're being an about this, and she's just like, nah, I'm fine.
Yeah, like one of them explicitly says like, you're always talking about leaving. She's like, yeah, the town, not you guys. She's like, all you do is hang out with us. So like, what else are we supposed to think?
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I mean, that's valid. But she is like, she kind of sucks throughout the game. Like she has a few moments where I'm like, all right, cool, like you're doing all right now, but like she's not likable at all.
And I get like the fact that like, they're teenagers coming to the end of high school and everything. So
Hmm.
like kids that age are not necessarily the most likable of people at that time period, especially in that point of their lives and everything. But like I feel like if you're trying to do this coming of age story type deal, like you could at least make your main character a little more likable.
Yeah, like don't make her a total.
I mean, unless you're trying to make it so that she's relatable to like people who really feel like they're also kind of like above everything and just in
Yeah.
their own way. Like that's the thing you're trying to relate people with. Like, I mean, I guess that could be the thing you're going for. You want a bunch of white dudes to really relate to your
Yeah,
video
yeah.
game. I guess that's the way to do it.
Or like if you're gonna have some like character development where she comes around and acts different by the end, but she really doesn't, and she still does what she was saying she was gonna do and leaves her friends and all
Mm-hmm.
that. And it's like, okay, so she's just like that, I guess.
Yeah.
um,
Well, don't worry. She's still going to do that, but the others have now postponed their own trip. So they
yeah,
don't even get to do that.
right,
She's the only one who gets to do something.
right.
It's just like,
Like Slater and Cassandra were both way more likable than she was.
yeah.
Um, and like even then, like they're teenagers, so they had their teenage moments, but like they didn't feel like they were just awful.
Yeah.
They just felt like they're teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
So like the whole time I was kind of like, why are you hanging out with her? She kind of sucks. And like there's one moment which I think this is like the moment that a lot of people have been talking about, like the makeout moment.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but she says something to the effect of like, I wanted to get out of the way and he was like accessible and da 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 da. I was like, that's really mean.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's not even like a teenage way to talk about that really. That's just like I'm using people to do what I want.
I want to be manipulative.
Yeah, like it just felt gross to be like, yeah, he was accessible and I wanted to get it out of the way. Like, huh? Who does that? And then you're like, ruin that song for me forever. I'm like, oh no, he made you a mix CD, which he was trying to relate to you with things that he knows that you like.
And then there's also the whole thing of like when she meets Jenny and like Jenny's just like, yeah, I didn't pay attention to that soundtrack of that movie.
And then
That's it.
she,
And she makes it her whole personality to hate this one girl just because she said she didn't pay attention to a movie soundtrack.
right, right. And then is like angry that she hangs out with her other friend and is mad about her going to parties and calls her what's her face? I don't remember her name, but she like swears about her name every time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like this is just like annoying, like you said, kind of like hipstery personality traits that you're like, why are we doing this?
And
Like
I feel like
it's not funny, it's not cute.
no. I feel like we talked about this, like we have played a lot of these kinds of games over the past, over 13 years, I think,
Mm-hmm.
since they started really, coming out more in prominence and everything. And
Right.
I think the one thing that I can take away from a lot of these games is that you want to make your main character likable.
Yeah.
Because they are the character you're going to be doing all the stuff with, and you want to see their growth as a character and see them go through all the drama, the melodrama, the ups and downs of living life as a teenager and everything. Whatever the that one
The
quote
period of
from
time is, I don't
that
know.
quote from the one show is, I forget, but either way,
The quote from the one show.
yeah, no, the quote from the one show.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But yeah, like I feel like that's the one of the main things you should be like doing from the outset is like we need to make this character likable so people, regardless of like what kind of person they are, they can at least relate to them in some way, shape, or form, or at least can understand their plight and want to see them better themselves or better the people around them or whatever their mission in life is.
Mm-hmm.
And this again, like I don't see that whole lot here.
No.
Which is a real big drag about this game is that it's just like, why?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. It made it kind of painful at times.
Yeah.
It's just unfortunate.
Yeah, it definitely it's a weird thing I think in general. Like I mean, there's a lot of these kinds of games out there, but like the gameplay segments definitely do feel tacked on in some places. Just like we need something here to break up cutscenes and everything because we need to make this a video game after all.
Right.
So there's that.
And I was kind of bummed, like certain ones were actually kind of interesting. Like there's a part where you have to do like a button combo to do like a secret handshake, and then there's
Hmm.
a button sequence you have to do to like rock out to Silverchair. And they just didn't do that as much as I thought that they would to have like stuff based on like kind of a rhythm,
Yeah.
which I think would have been really cool since it is really focused on music. Like it doesn't have to be a rhythm game,
But do
but
something to feel like you were interacting with the music as well.
yes, exactly. I liked it when things felt like that as opposed to like, let's skate downhill again.
Yeah. In the one town in America that is just all downhill.
All
That's it.
downhill. Like, do you want to skate downhill again? Do you want to take a shopping cart downhill again? Do you want to skate downhill again and again?
This
It's
is
like
Tony Hawk's favorite video game because you get to skate downhill all the time.
all the time. I'm just like, okay, cool. And then there's like the one like Ferris Bueller-ish sequence where like you can either jump or slide and it's
Hmm.
like a side scroller type thing. Um I got to throw toilet paper rolls too.
You did get to throw a lot of toilet paper rolls.
Yeah. So, I mean, it did have some gameplay in there, but it I wanted more of the like music interaction type.
Yeah.
You also got to learn how bad I am at baseball and video games.
Well, can't win them all.
Well, I definitely didn't win them all. I didn't win anything. I think I got like three home runs, maybe the ones that were required to
Yeah,
continue the story.
yeah.
Whoops,
Whoops.
my bad.
But yeah, again, I like there was some fun things in here. Like there was some fun character interactions.
Hmm.
Um, some of the gameplay stuff was interesting. Like you said, like there's the whole TPing thing.
Hmm.
The makeouts thing is very funny because you're
It is
controlling
very
the
funny.
tongues. Like that's just stupid, but also
It's
very funny.
it's very stupid.
You spent like a half hour skipping rocks in the water,
Oh, I
trying to find
did.
everything to break.
I did. That was fun, and I got the trophy like within like 30 seconds of starting
Yeah, they
that.
were like, I'm just gonna keep going.
Well, they kept bringing stuff up, and I'm like, well, I gotta hit that
True.
now.
You would think that like, oh, there's gonna be something for doing all this stuff.
No, but it was fun. I liked it. I'm a big fan of skipping rocks, turns out.
It is true. At least skipping rocks that you can at least aim it at a thing you can either knock down or break.
Yes. My destruction side came out a little bit with that.
Know what you know.
Yeah, I'm never destructive. I don't know what you're talking about.
No.
Tee hee hee. I forgot about that. And I got to kill a bunch of gnomes.
You did get to kill a bunch of gnomes. You get to walk drunk through a video store.
Right.
Interesting, interesting thing there.
Yeah, that was I was trying very hard to not be destructive my first time around.
You're going to be destructive.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna pull off 15 movies, but I'm just trying to find one rom-com. Oops.
Whoops.
The poor guy at the register is like, can you not can you not do that?
You're making a mess. I gotta clean this.
Not the standees, please.
No.
Um, yeah, that was a lot more difficult than you would think to keep it to
Control.
get control. Yeah. I had a lot more fun with that sequence when I went the destructive route,
Yes.
where I was just like knock everything over. And even then, like I didn't knock some things over that I'm like, how did I not hit that? It's confusing.
Confusing.
Hmm. I'm trying to think of what other. There was the filming sequence where I could do hand signals and also um
High five
high
people.
five people and steal their drinks.
There was the
The
dinosaur.
couch moving.
The cows moving was something. The dinosaur park where you had the Game Boy camera essentially to take
Oh, that
pictures of.
that was fun. You can't see with the camera,
No.
but it was very fun. And I got to kaiju destroy things at one
Mhm.
point with that, and I was determined to destroy all the things. I'm surprised there wasn't a trophy for that too, but
Yeah.
there was a trophy for taking a bunch of pictures. Um, yeah, there was that. Like I said, there was the couch moving, which sucked. Um, there was the sweeping, which I didn't like.
You're going to get blisters sweeping like that.
Yeah, no kidding. I painted the door,
You did paint the door and put a kitty cat on the door.
put a kitty cat on the door.
Anytime the door was in view, you're like, where's the door? I want to see the door. I want to see my handiwork of the door.
My really terrible painting of a kitty cat. It just had asymmetrical ears. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Um, and then the slingshot game was a lot like the rock skipping that I was just like, all right, cool. I just want to break stuff.
Yeah.
Um, Trying to think if there are any other like gameplay sequences besides just like walking around and exploring rooms.
I mean, you got to be in the shopping cart and spin around.
I did get to be in the shopping cart and spin around. I didn't do a very good job at it. Whoopsie doopsie.
I will say also, I think one of the things that does kind of hold this game back a bit is that it does try to be very cute with referencing just various like things from the time period and also just like music that they don't use in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Where
I'm still mad about that.
it's very rude that they did not let us hear This Is How We Do It.
Yeah.
But also like they'll like name drop like song titles and stuff, and it's a little too much at times. It feels like they are very Ready Player Oneing it a bit.
Yep. Like, do you get this reference? Do you get this reference? Do you
Hey,
get this reference?
You remember this song? You remember this song? It's like, yeah, well, why can't we just play that song instead?
Yeah. Let's listen to that one.
Yeah.
I'm still very upset that I didn't get This Is How We Do It.
It's real mean.
It's very mean. And even like some of the original music, like you get to listen to Slater's album at one point, and like we didn't really get to listen to much of it. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Did you just not finish the song, or what happened there? Not licensed.
Not licensed.
Had to make something. But yeah. I liked it. It was fun. It was a good song, and then they're like, move on.
Move on. Gotta keep going. Come on.
Come on. You gotta get to the party. Oh, and there was the fireworks sequence too that I apparently didn't do right. Which I don't know how I didn't, but whatever.
Yeah, I think that also kind of brings up a good point, is that this game is very much like you're just constantly going, switching songs right and left and everything. Like it doesn't really give a lot of stuff a chance to breathe.
Yeah.
In terms of like the narrative or like just the characters or anything like that. It's just like everything just has to be go.
Yeah. Yeah. It's weird. Like I thought there was going to be more about her sister. And there just wasn't, other than we go in her room and there's some hints to getting booze.
She makes us do a puzzle.
Yeah, and that her sister was apparently like a prolific partier and she didn't know
somehow
about
she
it.
did. Yeah, how would you not know about that?
I don't know. I was like, what? Like that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But I did think there was going to be more there. But
there wasn't.
No. The person who gets the most characterization of all of them is Cassandra.
Yeah.
Which I had a moment at one point with her.
Yep, you sure did.
Whoops. She's talking about how strict her dad and her grandpa were, and they're like talking about it and like, yeah, they had a really rough time out here in the 50s. I was like, the 50s? Oh, they're Asian. I didn't know that. And I looked at the portrait of her dad again. I was like, oh yes, he's very clearly some, I would assume, Japanese. since it was California, and they were saying how they had a rough time in the 50s. It would be coming back from being in internment camps in the 40s.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, oops,
Oops, bagoops.
didn't realize that. um and then we didn't get a whole lot about Slater and his mom, because it's just like him and his mom.
She's the cool mom.
She's the cool mom.
She's the mom from Mean Girls.
Yeah, basically she wanted to make a margarita.
Yeah.
I did like the one joke about like how the one guy wants to bang his mom, and he's like, that's okay with me as long as he's a good father figure and all that. It's like, all right, that's cool. Yeah, Slater was probably the one I liked the most out of all of them.
And he's just like the stoner character.
He's just a stoner guy. Yeah, he's just a guy, just a dude. But he seemed to be the most put together of the three.
Yeah.
Which is wild since he's the stoner guy. Crazy.
But yeah, that's essentially Mixtape. Like, it is another one of these coming of age games and everything. Like,
but there are better ones you can play.
Yeah, like it's not. Is it terrible? No. Is it the best one ever? No. It's fine.
It's fine.
I think if you were like, if this was your first one, you would be like, it might have much more of an impact on you because like you might not have seen games do this type of thing before, and that might
be a novelty.
But I think in the grand scope of at least like this genre or like these kinds of games, it's serviceable. It's fine.
Yeah, just don't expect to like the main character.
Yeah, that too.
And prepare for tongue battles.
And questionable time eras. Well, that's going to do it for us this week. So if you'd like more from us, head on over to seasonalcheckup.com or sac.cool, where you can find past episodes of this podcast and other podcasts like Jared Now Watch. You can also find columns and reviews on the site as well. If you'd like more from Ann Ladium, go to annladium.com. She's got columns and reviews. You can follow us on Blue Sky seasonalcheckup.com. You can buy our books, One Shiny Moment, A Critical Analysis of Love, Life, Sunshine, Hot Tubs, and Pac-Man on Amazon.com. And get support us on Patreon, patreon.com/SACOVA. Buy us a slice of pizza, get access to unedited versions of the podcast early. Our monthly exclusive Patreon podcast. We'll have a new episode of that up soon-ish.
Oh, yes, I have a plan for you.
Oh, boy.
He, he, he.
Oh, boy. Well,
he.
Well, I guess we'll learn about Al's plan here soon.
Yes, yes.
You can find all the episodes of our Patreon podcast up there, along with some other bonus content on the Patreon as well. Next week, we will have a discussion about something else.
You need to finish a certain puzzle game that I want to talk about. Or we could just talk about our crazy Tamagotchi stories.
There's options.
Yeah.
There's options for sure.